let's get into it, man.
All right, man. So we doing 30 to 21 today, bro.
You know, so far, this is what, our third week.
This is our third week.
You know, we've been releasing our list of the top 50 East Coast rappers. So, like I said, we got from 30 to 21.
Yes, sir. And so, no, look. Earlier, I did a little reaction video.
Oh, hold on.
No. I'm setting you up.
All right, cool.
I'm setting you up. I did a little reaction video, and I had alluded to this during my reaction video. For those of you that saw it, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But I'm gonna let my co-host say it, but we got a disclaimer for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like y'all not paying attention. Pay attention. You got it, bro.
So, yeah, again, when it comes to the list, this is not a list of top 50 best lyricists. This is not what this is. So if that is what you think this is, you're wrong.
Dead ass.
Not dead ass wrong. All right? This is a overall list. What do we mean by overall? That we usually mean, so yes, lyricism is a component. Impact is a component. Certain marks that you made in history. You know, there's different avenues and things that you have.
Song making,
celebrity, your overall celebrity, song making. Pretty much anything you can do, business acumen, anything that you can do as an artist. You know, it's all included.
The totality of of everything you did goes into this. It's not just pen to page, rapidy rap, who could do it the best. If it was that, this list would look completely
different. Right, exactly. Like we were just going by bars and bars alone. Yeah, it would be a different one.
But with that being said, let's get into this starting at number 30, bro.
On affiliation.
Oh yeah.
Who we got at 30, man?
So we got in coming at number 30, right? Hold on, let me make sure all right. We got it coming at number 30. And you just said affiliations as well, right?
Sure.
Because that could boost you up a little bit, but it's also what you do on your own too. And this man on his own, his debut album, first week, he sold over 400,000.
400 of them things?
And that's physical copies. This particular artist came out back in the day when we barely had chirp phones.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We had AOL, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Instant messages, AIM
unplug the phone and plug it into. All right, damn.
You damn right. You had to wait.
What is
this guy right here? Some people might call him PLK, and if you know what that means Punchline King. There's nobody other than Lloyd motherfucking Banks coming in at number 30.
Lloyd Banks out of Queens.
Out of Queens, Southside, one of the G greatest representatives, one of the best punchline rappers you will ever hear. This arguments is so funny when we sit there and we talk about barbershop arguments. I've had and seen people have arguments about who's the better punchline rapper, Big L, Fabolous, Cassidy, Lloyd Banks. Lloyd Banks' name will forever be thrown in a lyricist category. When you talk about who can rap their ass off, hey, what about Lloyd Banks? You know what I'm saying? That will happen.
Sometimes how soon we forget this guy. He's made. You know, not only did he have the mixtape, he had those lyrical, but he had big records as well.
Hits.
On Fire, Karma, 101,
Stunt 101. Yeah, hell yeah.
He has
the iconic verse on the Victory freestyle.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the verse on Don't Push Me, the song with him and Eminem and 50 Cent. See, like when you got people that can refer to you for your verses, that's how you know you really one of them ones. Some people might be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that song," or "I remember him for a particular song." Banks, you can remember him for verses. You can remember where you was at when you heard him on a radio freestyle, or you can remember when you first heard him on, you know what I'm saying, one of them mixtapes and shit. Or
one of my favorite series to listen to right now was actually what he has, COTI, which is Course of the Inevitable.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I love all three of them.
The Halloween Havoc series was dope as hell.
Oh yeah.
My favorite
All or Nothing series. Yeah, man.
My favorite album from Lloyd Banks is Hunger for More 2. I just think that's a great album. I think that that was where he should have been able to take off, in my opinion. Maybe it came a little too late after the first.
Man.
Shout out to the Rotten Apple too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But keep it moving at 29. At 29, this person right here might surprise y'all for real. But I gotta be honest with you, bro. I was considering moving this person up. So recently, this person announced that they was dropping an album after their 8 years since they dropped their first one.
So who else? So the person at this spot ain't dropped an album in 8 years.
In 8 years.
But they're at 29.
At 29. And once this person announced that they was dropping a new album, 1.5 million in pre-sale.
1.5?
First fucking day.
1.5 on them things?
We got Cardi B coming in at 29, y'all. And honestly, y'all might hate this shit. I don't give a fuck personally, but y'all might hate this shit, right? But I think that we got her ass too low, especially based off of the new facts that we had. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have these facts when we made the list.
1.5 in pre-sales is pretty goddamn
crazy.
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? There's not too many people.
Following is strong.
There's not too many people that's doing that in this day and age, especially after an 8-year hiatus of making a goddamn album. She's putting 5-year-old singles on this album, and people are not going to bat an eye at that.
Like it, no, hate it or love it, right?
Yeah. I'm not mad at it personally.
Uh-huh.
Do your thing. But I can understand why she's low. I can understand when you do have a group of writers, you can't be ranked above.
Again, it's not people. A lyricist list.
It's not.
It's not a lyricist list.
It's not a lyricist list. It's a rapper's list.
A lot of money connected to that list.
Everything comes into play.
A lot of money connected to that.
You want to know how everything comes into play? Because the very next person ain't no motherfucking rapper. And don't care if he write rhymes, motherfucker, he write checks. Ooh. We got goddamn Notorious D.I.D.D.Y. Not guilty.
Not guilty. He told y'all he can't stop.
He said not guilty, but still filthy. He said that shit back then.
Yeah,
he let you niggas know that he was a filthy motherfucker back then.
Man, no, what, man, hold on. Let's not. We ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna do it like that. Listen, I mean,
you gotta give him some love.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing. I mean, Bad Boy,
iconic.
What was the early '90s?
Iconic.
I mean, responsible. No, obviously for Craig Mack.
Oh yeah.
One of the greatest to ever pick up a mic.
Oh yeah.
Christopher Big.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
I mean,
the notorious one.
You're talking about Mace, Lil Kim, all the Junior Mafia. I ain't gonna name everybody.
We ain't even gonna talk about the R&B. You know what I'm saying? Stars that he didn't put on. You know what I'm saying? This is just strictly hip hop. You know, this is strictly hip hop.
I think he had one of the better ears of the of the '90s, early 2000s.
Yes, sir.
And even before Bad Boy, the guy was an intern for Uptown Records.
He was.
Andre Herrera, where he worked with people like Jodeci and Mary J. Blige.
Yes, sir.
Heavy D.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So he's always, I think, had a
great ear for talent, a great ear and eye for talent.
Yeah.
Listen, Diddy is a weird individual, but you cannot discredit what he's done in hip hop.
Right.
Leave the personal shit aside. What he's done in hip hop cannot be ignored or discredited.
I mean,
this man is responsible for some of the biggest moments in hip hop history.
I mean, he was an influencer before we would call people influencers.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
For real. Like, he was really a trendsetter and driver. You know what I'm saying?
Made the remix popular.
No bullshit.
You know what I mean?
No bullshit. No bullshit.
How he wouldn't put together those hip hop and those R&B collabs.
Hell yeah.
I think he did it in his time when he was did it better than anybody, really.
I don't disagree with you at all. I don't disagree with you at all. I mean, and on some real shit, like, if we're gonna be honest, right? Because like I said, we understand that he don't, you know what I'm saying, write his own shit or whatever. Yeah. His songs is better than a lot of niggas that write their own shit.
I mean, his album is No Way Out.
Yeah.
And I'm not for only that, man. Great business athlete. Yeah. You know what I mean? We have to give him credit for that. I mean, fashion, again, no fashion sense. I mean, before that time.
Cultural impact is through the roof. Through the roof. Real.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when it comes to, like, me personally, like I said, if it's a personal thing, I don't give a fuck about this man. When it comes to, like, what he did for hip hop, it can't be ignored, man. So, and I say this reluctantly. Shout out to Diddy, yo. Coming in at number motherfucking 27. Only in hip hop terms, man. I'm not shouting out his personal shit.
Yeah.
But coming in at number 27, I don't even know who we got, so let's unveil it. Oh shit, we got the Podfather himself.
Oh man, I can't wait to see the comments this week. Yeah, so Joe Budden, I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Oh man, look, what can I say? As he's from Jersey.
Where we from?
We from Jersey.
Little bias.
You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we got him at number 25 or anything like that. It's 27.
27.
27.
Got mad spots to go.
You can't even get mad at him being at 27? And he low-key can out-rap half of the motherfuckers on this list.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
apparently, I think this is the lyricist list, so they shouldn't be mad at it, right?
Y'all always getting mad when lyricist is low. He higher than Diddy. So you can't. He higher than Diddy and he higher than Cardi B. You can't get mad at that, right?
Yeah.
I'm a Joe Budden fan, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I am as well.
Not to mention the impact he had in the podcast world, but just based off his music, I'm a huge fan of his mixtape work. You know what I'm saying? I was a huge fan of the Mood music series. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm a huge fan of that whole series. You know, so
I think the biggest reason I think we have him placed at 27. I mean, honestly, he's just been able for pretty much about 25 years now. This man has been able to find different ways to constantly reinvent himself.
Thanks.
Just when you think he is the butt of the joke, and he usually turns it around on you guys. You know what I mean? He's always found a way. I mean, whether it's that when the album thing, Def Jam situation didn't work, you know, he found his way to mixtapes. You know, then when that didn't work, you know, we're gonna do a look. No, he found his way to loving hip hop,
and all while developing Joe Budden TV.
Yeah, yes, right. One of the first people to really kind of move that internet thing around as well, moving around with the camera and all that.
Because remember, we was watching podcasts when it was I named this podcast later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. And then you figure, you know what I mean, came back around, signed with Shady Records with a
Slaughterhouse,
a super lyricist super group.
Facts.
With him,
dropped some dope ass albums too. Yeah. No Love Laws, Rage Against the Machine.
On that, my girl.
Damn, what was the other joint? A Loose Quarter. You know what I'm saying? I think that might have been a mixtape for real. I'm not 100% sure. But all this shit, like he was dropping under Shady, under Slaughterhouse and shit. And of course, Welcome to Our House, the Slaughterhouse album and shit.
And as you said, and then obviously turned that into one of the biggest podcasts that's out, the Joe Budden podcast.
Hell yeah, Joe Budden Network, all that, man.
You gotta give people credit for being resilient,
for real, and constantly, like he said, reinventing this constantly.
No, I think people don't maybe look at it that way, but when you talk about peaks and valleys, your highs, your ups and downs, your highs and your lows, that's somebody who's living, a living testament to it. That you keep going. A lot of times when you're the first person over the hill, people. A lot of times people, again, they're making jokes, but ain't nobody making no jokes now.
Facts.
He is up.
A lot of people that was making jokes about Joe would love to be on this podcast right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a fact.
But who do we got higher than Joe coming in at number 20? And remember, guys, this is our list. If you don't like it, make sure you put down in the comments who you would have in these spots, man.
Yeah, shoot. Again, make y'all list. Let us know.
Hell yeah.
Put it all in the comments.
We got motherfucking Pusha T coming in at number 26.
Push. Yes. Okay.
King Push, the king of the coke talk. Motherfucking
one half of the clips.
One half of one of the best rap duos in rap history.
Facts.
And shit. Shout out to Malice. He's made a triumphant return. I heard he's been spitting. I refuse to listen to anything until the album drop. I have not heard any of the singles.
So you ain't heard nothing?
None of the singles.
You ain't heard Ace Trumpets?
Nope.
Yo, put in the comments what y'all feel about Ace Trumpets. You ain't even got to... Just put a fire emoji about next to Ace Trumpets. I haven't heard
Ace Trumpets. What's the other one? So Be It?
Yeah, So Be It.
Haven't heard that either.
Fire.
So and I haven't heard they said they leaked Kendrick verse for the Whips and Chains joint.
I didn't hear that yet.
I refuse to listen to anything. So same thing with JID until these albums drop.
You say you didn't hear it.
until these albums drop.
Oh, you missed out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna listen to nothing. I want to listen to it in its totality. But Push is a dope lyricist also. You know what I'm saying? For everybody that's stuck on that lyricist shit, he's a dope lyricist too. He's a dope song maker. I don't think he get enough credit for like his song making ability for real. When he want to make a hit, he can make a fucking hit. I just think that he doesn't focus on it. You know what I'm saying? He just focuses on making the music that he likes to make.
One of the dopest hip hop albums he was a part of, Lord willing.
Oh, come on, bro. For real.
Dope
classic. Like all-time classic.
Yeah,
all-time
definitely
classic.
A classic project.
One of my favorite albums, me and bro go back and forth on it all the time, but one of my favorite albums is Almost Dry. I love that album, bro. I love that album. I think that the production and his rapping on that shit was top tier.
How much did he shake up the hip hop world when he put out Daytona?
Whoa. He changed a lot of perception for a lot of people when he put out Daytona and shit, boy. But shout out to him, bro. Like we both Pusha T fans over here, and like I said, when we was making this East Coast list, we stopped at Virginia. So you won't see nobody lower than Virginia, and everything's going upward from there.
And we're just waiting on obviously this next Clip album, right?
Oh hell yeah! And that shit drops on the 11th, and when that shit dropped, God willing, you like how I did that? Yeah. God willing, we'll be together and we'll be reacting to it. So you guys make sure y'all tune into it too.
Subscribe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But who we got coming at number 25? Because we just said that we didn't put the Jersey native at 25 because that would be biased, right?
I think so.
And so we wouldn't dare to put a Jersey native at 25. So I wonder who we got at 25. Oh shit. All right, so we got Queen Latifah at number 25. You know what I'm saying?
We lied a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Your president is a felon, so you can't get mad at us. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at us at all. Hey, but she's, you know what I'm saying, when we talking about
beat your kids, man.
What?
You hear about that?
No.
Yeah, supposedly, allegedly.
Right.
They supposed to be passing a bill where they can beat kids in school again.
We got enough issues. That's a whole nother subject.
We'll talk about that.
Perfect. We already got at least one topic.
All right, so we got Queen Latifah.
So Queen is one of those women that impacted hip hop, entertainment, culture, everything. You know what I'm saying? She impacted literally everything. Let's not dismiss the fact that she was one of the best female MCs of all time. She still is one of the best female MCs. Don't get me wrong. Of course, she's repping Brick City, New Jersey. She's out of, you know what I'm saying, out of Jersey and shit. So shout out to our Jersey native. But that's not even it, bro. From her impact to TV, movies, stage acting, plays. Hell, she got fucking singing albums. You know what I'm saying? Like
living singing,
right?
Bringing down the house.
I'm telling you, she's one of the most versatile people that you will ever see in any realm. Period.
Movie production.
Right. Yeah, everything.
Big as far as independent movie. Like you've seen Flavor Unit across the credit. That's Queen Latifah.
That's Queen. Yeah.
Just so y'all know.
Facts. I mean, iconic role and set it off. You know what I'm saying?
Set it off.
Iconic. Yeah, of course. Iconic role at what was it? Khadijah, right? On and Living Single and shit. You know
on the way here, I did shit, girl. I thought it looked just like Cleo.
Had the braids and everything.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Oh man. We still call them the Cleo braid. I think everybody in our community, you know what I'm saying, call that shit.
Singing that song when she was in the car and shit. Like when I seen that, I thought it was
day after day.
Yeah, for sure. I would have seen.
One of the most iconic figures that we have in the entertainment realm. The Queen does not get enough credit, and she will get her flowers here on our podcast. Shout out to the Queen. And shit. Coming in at number 25. Coming in at number 24, who do we have right here? And I got an idea, but I'm not 100% sure. And it is my guy, Wallace.
We knew he was there, man.
Wale for Lauren.
We knew he was there.
Shout out to my guy. This is like perfect timing. He got 2 new tracks out. You know what I'm saying? I reacted to both of them. The one, the CRG freestyle, and the other one is, what's the name of that track again? Damn, I can't remember the name of the track.
Watch the Start?
Where to Start.
Where to Start.
Where to Start. That shit. Summer vibes all over that track. You know what I'm saying? You definitely want to be with your lady when you hear that track. Get you a nice little something to drink, maybe something to puff on, whatever is your flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Man, where you from?
Wale from DC.
Yeah.
PG County. I spent a little time out there. I might know a little bit of that area.
Remember, you down. We were down in Job
That's
Corps.
where I was at.
A couple episodes ago.
And Job Corps. Shout out. They passed the bill to keep the Job Corps open and shit. So shout out to the fact that we you know what I'm saying, still got that institution open for a lot of these kids that definitely needs that. But it's so funny because I was really thoroughly introduced to Wale when I was in goddamn Job Corps because I was in DC. And that's right around the time that his verse on that goddamn what's the name of that shit? Oh, girl, the way you move it. The No Hands.
Oh, Roscoe Walker joint.
That was the verse, and Wale said it himself in plenty of interviews that basically saved his career. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
When you heard that, you was like, what's this, Mo?
Real live, Mo. Real live. Like
Chicken wings with the Mambo sauce?
I'm not even welling.
Word.
Like, but nah, for real though.
What's
like
your favorite Wale album, man?
My favorite Wale album, bro. Like I can't say hands down because I think it fluctuates. You're like, look. I do this every time I talk about Wale or J. Cole or any of my favorite artists if I do have it. But, you know, this is not my favorite album. This is just the one I have on vinyl. My favorite album from Wale is the album About Nothing.
Okay,
that's also right. That's also
I like The Gifted, man.
You can't go wrong.
I like The Gifted.
You can't go wrong. I mean, like maybe out of his first 3 albums, you really can't go wrong with that. For real. Wale is another great lyricist, another great storyteller. He makes some great songs.
Great records. I mean, when it comes to dropping a single, very few people know. Some people are hit or miss. He's pretty much all hits, man. Some of his best records have been the records he picked as his singles.
That is.
Wale, I mean, I think it's fair to say when it comes to that, he's a beast, man.
Without a doubt. It's so funny because...
A little bit of a disconnect, though, but we'll talk about that another time.
No, I actually think that we can talk about it right now. Like, for real. Because I think this is the perfect opportunity to talk about that.
Let's do it.
So, me and bro recently was just talking about the fact that Wale, in our eyes, has everything that you need to be a superstar. He makes great songs. He got a great pen. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's versatile as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a disconnect between him and the rest of the fans in hip hop. And we're trying to figure out what is that. And I came to the conclusion, I don't know if you agree with me or not, that it's his personality. Personality is what drives people away from his talent. It's kind of like the Kanye syndrome, but people never grew to love him first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a lot of artists who have that. I feel like
The Game is another one.
Yeah. And mind you, when we're saying this, it's from I feel like they have the talent is no different to me. Again, speaking for myself, to be on the same level as a Drake, Cole, and Kendrick.
Right.
I feel like that talent is there.
Right.
For certain artists, I feel Wale, a Big Sean,
another great comparison right there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people who can make who make the hit records, have lyrical ability. You know, I feel they have marketability. I think they're some of the biggest artists in their region, their section, their city. It's just for some reason it just doesn't.
Can't seem to right.
For some reason, it just doesn't work.
And like I said, I just think that it might be his personality, especially in these interviews that he do. But then again, like me personally, I don't like to judge a lot of these celebrities or rappers, especially when we talking hip hop. I don't like to judge them. Like I know these people personally because I don't. But I know a lot of fans will, if you do something in an interview, it would turn them off from your music completely. You know, it don't have to be, your music could be dope as shit, but your personality can rub them the wrong way and they just don't fuck with you. I think Wale is one of the dopest artists that we have, bro. The music that he make for our culture in general, I think need to be, you know what I'm saying, have a light shined on that a little bit more for real. Because he's always making some music. Black Girl Magic on Wow, That's Crazy. That's one of my favorite songs. You know what I'm saying? Black Bonnie and shit on I forgot what album that was on this shit. But of course, like shoes, like songs like White Shoes and Cocaine White, and, you know what I'm saying? All these, like, he got some classic, even chain music, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, he got some classic tracks for the culture. Us as shit. You know what I'm saying? That I think that need a little bit more respect when it comes to my boy Wallace, aka for Lauren and shit. bro. Every blue moon and shit. But let's keep this shit going to number 23. Who we got coming in here? We got Fabolous. Brooklyn. One of the dope. Look. And you know what's so funny about this group of MCs? What do they all got in common, chat? What they all got in common?
Maybe minus like two.
Maybe two of them. You know what I'm saying?
Minus two of
maybe
them.
Two, but them two are close together. You know what I'm saying? Them two are close together and shit. But look at everybody else on this list.
That's for all the lyricist fans. There's a lot of lyricists on this list.
So. Come on now. Fabolous is another artist that you could say, why didn't he get bigger than he was? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, again, in some ways similar to kind of like Joe. To me, again, same thing. It's funny, kind of pretty much came out of that same DJ
right? Yeah,
camp. That's 25
did a lot of work
years.
together. You know what I'm saying?
Right, for sure.
They had some of my favorite songs together, especially on them soul tapes and back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
once you back, yeah, that's hard.
Thanks.
Yeah. What else can we say about again? Amazing lyricist.
Another good song. Another guy that could give you a hit whenever he wants to. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want to do it for the females. You know what I'm saying? We know that Fab can give you something for the females anytime he wants to.
Yeah, we love. Just off the soul tape series alone, we really don't need to say too much more about Fab, man. Like, again, man, in some ways, without even trying, effortlessly, like kind of like an influencer in his own right, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Facts, yeah.
So 25 years, maybe not your favorite albums, but just off mixtapes alone, soul tape.
Oh yeah, he definitely got impact.
Summertown shootouts
on hip hop culture in general. He got impact all over it.
For sure, man.
From his style, you know what I'm saying?
Many people that don't like Fab.
No, you can't. Fab is another a rapper like how we looked at Jadakiss, or how we looked at Lloyd Banks. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of those guys that you can't, you remember when Fab did this verse? You know what I'm saying? You remember when Fab said this shit? You know what I'm saying? Or like with me, I like different eras of Fab, when Fab was on that nice era. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like bro really is one of them ones when it comes to rapping. Like, just, I'm talking about straight up bars. He's one of those ones. And when we talking about mixtapes, he might. When we do our Mount Rushmore, we might have to discuss putting him up on the Mount Rushmore mixtapes, because there's not too many people that got a better discography of mixtapes than Fabolous.
Even in 2025, there's really no signs after 25 years him slowing down.
Or aging and shit, like fucking vampire.
Sure.
Man, look younger now than he did in 2003 and shit. What's going on, bro? Right. He fixed that chip too, got younger. So who we got in coming in number 22? And shit, number 22, we had to make sure we you know what I'm saying, we came back to PA. And then y'all think, as soon as I say PA, I know y'all are thinking Philly. But hopefully we done with them Philly rappers. I ain't got nothing against them at all. But here we got it coming in number 22. We got Wiz Khalifa. So I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I don't know how you feel about Wiz. I was never a huge fan of Wiz until like later. I was a guy that caught Wiz, like, I wasn't coming up with Wiz. You know what I'm saying? I didn't catch the what was it, Cushion Orange Juice? I think that's what his first shit was. I didn't catch that shit. I caught it, but you know what I'm saying? Later, I didn't catch that shit when he was really popping. I wasn't feeling Wiz style when he first came out. Of course, as I grew and my ears grew, I definitely started to like a lot more of his music, a lot more of his style and shit. But what you think about Wiz, bro?
Again, another person like earlier on our list who kind of pushed the culture, for that smoke. You know what I mean? Black and Yellow. Definitely we talk about Pittsburgh. We can't name too many artists who ever came out of there. He really holds that flag for them.
Without a doubt. He got 2 anthems for 2 different teams. You know what I'm saying? We them boys, of course, for the Dallas Cowboys.
Another hit record maker.
Black and Yellow. And then he got the biggest record, I think, in history, right? With the See You Again shit.
Soundtrack.
You know what I'm saying? So
we them boys.
Wiz got, and then Young, Wild and Free with him and Snoop is one of the, you know what I'm saying, one of the biggest records, especially in the summer. I hear that's a summertime record now. Snoop. Mac and Devin go to high school.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
just go with stuff.
Word. He got Khalifa Kush. He got his own papers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Wiz Khalifa don't get a lot of credit for his impact in hip hop and his what his songs did and still do. You could play Black and Yellow Anywhere and still get a reaction. You could play With Them Boys and still get a reaction. You could play See You Again and still get a reaction. It's probably gonna be a sad one, but it's still a reaction nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Young, Wild and Free, you still gonna get a reaction, especially at like the kids, the college parties and shit.
You ever
like
go
that.
see? Think you gonna? Every time you go see Wiz Khalifa, man, it's gonna be in one of the biggest arenas in your state.
That's a fact.
That's the kind of crowd, that's the kind of audience.
Rockstar energy. Rockstar energy and shit. And then we got closing out this section of the top 50 rappers, this top 10. And it's so funny about this artist right here. He's another great lyricist, right? He recently said that he's a bar technician and shit, right? A bar technician, if you will. And he's one of my favorite MCs, period.
Last person, let's see who it is.
You might not be able to see him because he's a ghost. Goddamn Styles P, the ghost, boy. You like that, didn't you? You like that, didn't you, boy? Come on, man. Some people might thought John Cena was coming when I said you couldn't see him. But Styles P is up here, man. And I go straight to the Ghost of the Gentleman. You know what I'm saying? I go straight to that. That's one of my favorite albums of all time and shit.
Same
like,
here,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of my favorite albums of all time. Of course, all of his work.
The Street, right, one of my favorite.
Of course. Of course. But you know what I'm saying? Of course, his work with the Lots and D Block and everything. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Rough Riders. Never had
one of Drew proteges of Big.
And never having the worst verse on any track. On any track. He never had the worst verse. Might have been, you know what I'm saying? Might have been second to last or something like that, but never had the worst verse, in my opinion. I haven't listened to every fucking Styles P track.
But he seems like you know him.
And every Styles P track I've listened to, especially the ones that he's featured on, he ain't coming up short on none of them. You know what I'm saying? He's not.
Sure.
When he say he's a bar technician, he lives up to that shit. He lives up to that shit. He's also another rapper that can talk from perspective of things. You know, we talked about this before when I was mentioning Nas' perspective when he was talking about rapping from Beef's perspective. Styles P, you know what I'm saying? I forgot the name of the song, but he was rapping about the guns and the knives, and she was rapping from their perspectives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's an MC's MC.
Right. So one of the best. Of course, he got one of the best weed songs of all time. You know what I'm saying? With the I Get High song. And he got one of the most impactful songs of all time with the Locked Up song, him and Akon. You know what I'm saying? So,
but when you talk about this, even from the aspect of growth, man, listen, he out here singing drugs.
That's a fact, yeah.
He out here slinging juice.
He out here juicing this shit.
No pushing the healthy lifestyle.
No steroids and shit. Right.
You know what I mean? Out here pushing the healthy lifestyle, man.
Facts.
Listen, I'll tell you a personal story for myself. You know, 2020 when COVID was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up getting COVID.
Right, yeah.
So one of the things I like Pharmacy for Life, right? Which is his company. He has like different vitamins and different things. And I was taking those CMOS.
Oh, hell yeah.
Pills, man. Help
and that shit helped you out? Hell yeah.
Fetal,
hell yeah.
But
that, see,
man, I take that oil oregano and all that stuff to this day.
Styles is one of those OGs that we do need to shine a little bit lighter light on. You know what I'm saying? A brighter light on. Because he's one of those guys that we watch turn his whole style around from being the gangster killer nigga that was eating Burger King every day to being, you know what I'm saying, one of the healthiest niggas that care about. I don't know if you remember this, right? It was a while back, maybe a couple years, maybe 2 years ago, and shit, a lady was being harassed on the street by the police, and Styles P was there. He stopped the whole situation.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
put himself in harm's way to protect a black woman that didn't know who the fuck he was. You know what I'm saying? So. Right. That's the type of man that he's became rather than the type of person that I'm not going to repeat the bar that he said, but for those who was around when state property and the Locks was beefing, but he had said a bar about Aaliyah and those people, you know what I'm saying, back in the day and shit, God bless her soul, that I won't repeat on this podcast. But you see that the growth in this man from that time to now, and how much he care about the younger generation too. He want to see the younger generation succeed and be better than his generation when it comes to making sure that you're financially stable, making sure that you're mentally stable. He pushes that narrative a lot. So big ups to Styles for real, bro.
I think that concludes our 30 to 21 list for this week.
That
man,
definitely
of our top
do.
50 East Coast rappers on this Wake and Bake podcast.
And remember, this is our list. And if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck personally. But if you don't like it, make sure you put yours down in the bottom so we can critique that. You ain't gonna just critique our shit, and then we don't got nothing to critique from you and shit. So
yeah, man, we want to see y'all list too, man. We want you guys to comment what y'all think of this 21 to 30 people this week.
I think this is one of the best lists that you will find. For
yeah, and again, if you guys think you guys want to put it in a different order, tell us how you would.
Thanks. So now that we got that out the way, bro, I got one last thing for you before we get up out of here.
All right, man.